Hey guys, Anubis here with my predictions for the Microsoft Xbox E3 2017 conference. Real quick, I want to let you know though, I'm going to hit the bullet points for this video, but if you want to know more depth, if you want to talk with me about what you think is going to happen, you can leave it in the comments, but I'm going to do a podcast either later this week or next week at the latest. And I'm trying to get everyone to come, I want to hear input from everybody. So follow me on Twitter. The username is Anubis316. I'll put that in the description. But on Twitter, when I find out what day I'm going to do this podcast, I'll tweet it out. And of course, I will tweet it out right before I do it as well. But yeah, I want to hear your input, and I don't want you to just write in the comments. I want you to be able to give input, and then maybe I can even respond to that during the stream. I expect this will be a podcast covering all of E3, not just Microsoft's conference, and I expect it to be like 2-3 hours long. I don't do podcasts often, but when I have, they're usually pretty lengthy because I like to get depth. I don't want to just hit bullet points. But I've already talked way too much. I'm already boring you. Half of you have already stopped listening to this video. Let's get into my predictions for E3. Scorpio right off the bat. Your guess is as good as mine to what the real name is going to be, but we will get the real name. I do think the name will mesh well with PC. I think it will be something to show and symbolize, hey, we want integration of PC and console. Price point, $450 to $500. I think you're crazy if you think it's going to be less than $400, and I think you're... it could even go up to $600. I could believe that, but I don't think that would be a wise move, and I think if it does a $600 price point, it will drop to $550 or even $500 by the spring, because it's not going to sell for $600. Forza 7, if you're a big Forza fan, we already know this is going to be a very beautiful game. It's going to have true 4K, and it's going to be running 60 frames per second. For at least most of, it's going to hold steady for at least most of the gaming experience at 60 frames with 4K. The release date, we'll get a release date, and if you're a Forza fan, I bet you can already give me the release date for it, or even at least the week of it, because they come out every year. It's not too bad to predict that. Crackdown 3. I want this to be a Scorpio exclusive, even though I'm pretty sure they've said there are no exclusives. I don't want that to be on current gen, because what they're toting and what they are saying is going to happen, I don't think current gen can handle it. I'm saying 2018 at the earliest. I don't think that's coming out this year. Sorry guys, for anyone who's a fan of Crackdown. I'm not even excited for it. I'm excited for what they want to do with it, but I don't think that's coming out this year. Sea of Thieves, I cannot express in this short time how excited I am for this. I don't know if I can even find the right words, but this has quickly jumped to my number 2 favorite game of all time, right underneath Halo, and it's not even out yet. It's exactly what I want. I'm in the alpha, and I'm loving everything Rare is doing, and I can talk more about that later in the podcast. But I think we will get an open beta release date, and I think we'll get a launch release date for Sea of Thieves. And I think they'll show off gameplay similar to they did last year. Like, they'll show off actual gameplay and just people having fun. I think that's the best way to show off this kind of game, because that is what this kind of game is. It's multiplayer, online fun. Cuphead. Finally, this thing's been delayed for like 3 years. Supposed to come out this summer. I'm pretty confident it will. In fact, I'm going to say a July release date. Shadow of War, not a console exclusive, but Microsoft does have the marketing rights. I absolutely love Shadow of Mordor, and anyone who's a fan of Lord of the Rings or the Assassin's Creed or Batman games, the Arkham game, I highly recommend try out Shadow of Mordor if you haven't, because it's amazing, and Shadow of War is going to be so good, and it's going to be shown off in beautiful 4K, I guarantee it. State of Decay 2, I think we're going to see a release date of either September or October. I think they're going to want this one out of the gate pretty quickly. State of Decay 1, I didn't really do much with. I didn't really care for. It had some cool stuff, and I know a lot of people like it. But for me, what it was missing was that online experience. And State of Decay 2 will have co-op, so I'm very excited for that. I want to know more about that. I want to see some gameplay. I think we're going to see gameplay. We saw cinematic last year. I want to see gameplay. I think it's going to happen. I think we'll get some HoloLens stuff. They've been, showing that off each E3 for a couple years now. They're doing some impressive strides. We'll see what they do. Possibly show off VR for Scorpio. We'll see. I honestly don't want them to invest that money there. I think it's a fad that it's cool, but I don't think it's a home console kind of cool. I think it's, go to an arcade and play it cool. Because that is a growing thing. I'm seeing arcades kind of pop up every now and then, here and there, and I'm seeing arcades kind of make a comeback, and VR arcades definitely are a great way to do that. We're gonna see stuff about a game called The Culling. This is basically it's the Hunger Games. If you've probably heard of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. If you haven't, I think you should check out PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, because I think that's going to be really cool. And I personally think The Culling is going to be DOA. I don't think it's going to do well, other than the fact that it's going to come out within like a month. So that's going to be really good for them. But I think PlayerUnknown Battleground has dominated the genre of Hunger Games, and I don't think it's wise for Microsoft to invest into The Culling. I think it'd be wiser to invest into PlayerUnknown. But PlayerUnknown is it's a PC like mod thing. So anyway, Culling, that's gonna be real quick. What are we gonna see from 343? Well, Halo 3 Anniversary has been confirmed to not be a thing, and also it's been confirmed, which I was very upset with, Halo 6 will not be shown. So what are they going to do? They are going to be there. What are they going to do? I'm telling you right now, Halo 5, 4K, 60 frames per second. That's what it is. It's impressive. It's not like super duper amazing, but it's something. Maybe a tease of Halo 6, but like we're not gonna be shown anything. So, and maybe some HoloLens stuff. I could easily believe 343 has been doing some HoloLens stuff that I could see. I would be excited for a new Fable game. We all know Lionhead is no more, but Microsoft still owns Fable, and we could possibly see something new from Fable. It's possible. It's a stretch, but it's possible. They have talked about like some AAA title that they've got marketing rights to or something like that. We don't know what it is. Maybe a new IP, or maybe it's something like Fable, or like a new Batman game. So we'll see. And then, lastly, I'm going to leave you with, I was really hoping for a Beyond Good and Evil second game. We kind of know it's a thing. I'm almost positive they have confirmed it. But I'm almost positive they also have confirmed it will not be at E3. However, I think the article I read said it should be shown off shortly after, so maybe like Gamescom. I think they're getting close. This is a game I never even knew about, and then there was rumors about the second one, and then we got the first one with free for Games with Gold, and I tried it, and it's kind of right up my alley for a game. It's kind of a 3D adventure style game. I would look into it if I were you guys. For the first one, it was enjoyable, and I'm pretty excited for the second one, and I hope Microsoft does right by that. But that's what I'm leaving you guys with. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for dealing with me and my my throat here. I'm coming over some allergies, so that's why I sound like this. But again, shout out to my my podcast there. I want you guys to all join me in on it. Just follow me on Twitter, Anubis316. And if you don't want to do that, leave comments below, and I will get back to you. Have a good day.